The girls trudge back to their respective rooms. Soon enough, I'm left alone on the lobby sofa, gazing blankly out of the window. In the end, I throw myself right back into the problem without even taking the time to stand up and stretch my legs. The usual place, is it? The usual modifier means it has to be somewhere she visits frequently. In context, some place that I've been with her on a regular basis. No matter how many times I roll these conditions through my head, the only places that fit the bill are inside the grounds of this school. It's enough to make me realize just how limited our relationship is. Sachi and I have never really been more than classmates. Our frequent... Sorry guys, my throat is like... I don't know. Our frequent interactions, the result of simple proximity inside this somewhat claustrophobic school. Not that any of this is an excuse. So I can't even track down a single classmate without my special eyes and ears. Thank God my master's not alive to see this. She'd be in hysterics. No. If my master was here, she'd probably be angry at me before anything else. Angry that I'm wasting my time thinking about this crap instead of the problem at hand. That's right. Think. If the general premise I'm working from is correct, there has to be something I'm missing here. This isn't the first time I've hit a wall like this, and Asako taught me what to do at times like these. The concept of coincidence was invented by vapid romantics in a pickup line, or as a pickup line. Listen up and listen good. Things happen the way they do for a reason. When none of it makes any goddamn sense, stop bashing your head against the wall and take a step back. Let your mind go limp. Just like the proverbial bluebird of happiness, the answer is going to be sitting in a surprisingly obvious place. Surprisingly obvious, huh? Come to think of it, it feels like plenty of things have happened even inside this birdcage of a school. That actually scared me for a little second. I am just fucking up. To be perfectly honest, at first, I just had her down as a weirdly diligent girl. But after a while, I found out she has a surprisingly amusing side, and eventually I started getting genuinely interested in what makes her tick. Sachi kind of resembles me. That thought might have been the biggest single reason for my uncharacteristic curiosity, but whatever the case, my little talks with her have been leaving a strong impression on me lately. Even so, there's just nothing here. None of those memories that stands out as an answer. God damn it. Tearing my eyes away from the dour, or whatever that word is, gray sky, I glance around the lobby in an attempt to distract myself from this unproductive frustration. A bamboo broom propped up beside the entrance catches my eye. Seeing that broom sitting idly by is proof enough that Sachi's not around. It never seems to leave her side when she's puttering around the dorm. Just yesterday, she made her work as I don't know what that is, made sound like her life's mission. Come to think of it, outside of the classroom, Sachi's been wearing a maid uniform constantly since the day we met. Hold on. Could I be making a really fundamental mistake in my assumptions here? For one thing, if I was wrong about something that basic, the field of possibilities grows insignificantly wider. And when I narrow those down using the conditions I've been rolling around in my head all this time, all of a sudden I've got a completely different candidate for the usual place. But if I'm right about this, there's one point in particular that seems completely inexplicable. That said, we've reached a total dead end otherwise. I've got no other choice but to run with it. Damn, I'm getting goosebumps, and all of a sudden she just makes them go away because the excitement of this mystery has just gone to shit. Just as I'm rising to my feet, Michiru reappears in the lobby, probably stopping by to check up on me. Yeah, I think I may know where Sachi is. Like I said, I might have figured out the usual place Sachi was talking about. I'm gonna head there to check right now, or right away. Let the others know, will you? Alright, I'm counting on you, Michiru. Thank God we don't have to hear her voice at normal volume. Without pausing to grab an umbrella or raincoat, I rush out of the dorm, sent off by Michiru's earnest, if completely out of character, words of concern. I don't know why that's even dialogue. Not bothering to avoid the puddles and the pocketed asphalt road, I sprint single-mindedly away from the dorm. On the job, it's fundamental common sense not to set up an umbrella even if in the middle of a typhoon. This rain doesn't even faze me. More importantly, every second counts right now. An entire day has passed since Sachi went missing. 24 hours since she left the dorm. And she may have been waiting for me all this time. She may still be waiting, even now. The festering sense of frustration inside me swells to unbearable intensity. Sachi.
これは自分でもどうしてなのかわからないのですが、風見さんに褒めてもらえると胃の上のあたりが温かくなるんです。私また風見さんの前で気を失ってしまったんですね。
That's the word again. That's what confused me last time. In my 100th episode special, I fucking tongue twisted my little shameless plug. Yeah, she said again. And I didn't know when that again was. When was the first time, you know? I was confused by that.
ご明察です。それに風見さんはカレーがお好きでしたよね。
She knew what our favorite food was, and we never even brought it up. Ironic. After all that time going around in circles, now it's like the dam broke. Just as my master said, the breakthrough was staring at me in the face all along. Sachi gave me plenty of hints herself. My new hypothesis growing firmer with every step. I make my way toward the other usual place. Nothing left to do but to see if she's there. This place hasn't changed as much as I expected. I knew it. I knew it. I didn't bring it up because I felt like I was using just like stuff from the anime that I already, saw. But the memories that were coming up of these places and of that kid, you got to piece that together, man. I was guessing that, there was a reason we were getting those memories. I don't know, whatever. I mumbled to myself, feeling my way through vaguely familiar streets. Enduring a several-hour train ride from Mishima Cape, I returned to this place for the first time in many years. This is the town where I was born. In my earliest years, before my master took custody of me, I lived here with my parents and sister. Never thought I'd be coming back here, much less looking for Sachi. The only constant in my life is its unpredictability. Slowing my pace, I moved carefully forward, guided only by faded memories. The usual place that came to mind when all the reasonable answers failed was a small park. My one and only childhood playground, situated on the outskirts of this town. And here it is. Here we go. The area around the park is thoroughly deserted, and the street lights outside are dimmed to an absolute minimum. It's a small playground designed to give young children a place to romp around on sunny days. So that's all as expected. There's no way anybody would be using this playground on a miserable rainy evening like this one. That would be the common sense conclusion, but...
ほら、みちるもさっちゃんがお願いや約束を絶対に守る子だってことは知ってるでしょ?
Damn, that echo.
だから普通に考えて、さっちゃんはユージと約束した場所で待ってるはずなのよ。
So she's probably here. I recall Amane's words from this morning. We all knew what Sachi was like. We knew she was bizarrely obedient. We knew she was prone to making strange mistakes as a result to subtle misunderstandings. But we'd all assumed those quirks were nothing more than a reflection of her diligent personality. We'd all assumed she would bend those rules of hers if it ever became truly necessary. That's exactly why I don't want her to be here. Much as I want to find Sachi, those words spill out of my mouth. And contradictory as it might seem, I really mean them. If Sachi's here, my initial concerns about her behavior were justified. My vague unease will become something far more concrete, far harder to face. Given any choice in the matter, I don't want that to happen. No, I can't afford to worry about that right now. Forcibly persuading myself to refocus on the problem at hand, I finally enter the park. And once inside that dim, desolate playground, my eyes quickly find a small figure illuminated by the moonlight. Sachi. She waited more than a full day, to meet us at our childhood park. More than 24 hours she was here, waiting. Wow. The swing set's a tiny thing, made for the use of young children. Crammed into the undersized wooden seat, indifferent to her rain-soaked clothes, Sachi looks up at me and smiles. Have you been waiting here since yesterday? Without even eating, in the rain, all this time. Goddamn idiot. It's too much for me to endure. She's just too pitiful right now. Before I know it, I'm shouting down at her. Of course I'm angry. Why? Didn't you realize I wasn't coming? Didn't you realize something was off? Why does it look like there's fucking blood on the... Okay, whatever. It's probably rust. Why didn't you just leave? Why the hell did you sit here all this time just to keep some worthless promise? You-kun. She said it at the beginning. And it was said in our memory with that kid. There's the connection I was trying to make earlier. I don't know, dude. I'm getting a little emotional now with this music and this scenery. Fuck. An immediate tone, completely unlike the formal style of speech Sachi usually employs. And that vaguely embarrassing nickname. The combination resonates nostalgically with memories rendered fuzzy and indistinct by the passage of time. That's what I meant. That's what I was referring to. When we saw those scenes earlier about when she fainted and she said that we saw her faint again. 100th episode. Didn't mess up. I didn't tongue twist myself there. 100th episode. Go watch it. She was lying there and she said that this is the second time that she fainted in front of us, basically. When was the first? When we were studying her. She knew our favorite food. When did we tell her? This was then. When we were children. Fuck. Sachi's words. The connections I'm drawing have to be real. Why would you pick up other people's trash? Fuck, dude. So my guess was correct after all. You and I didn't meet for the first time in the Mihama dormitory. Sachi confirms my words casually, as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. Of course, her mere presence in this place is proof enough. Sachi, how long have you known? That was enough to convince you? Fuck, dude. This is getting deep. Oh my god. In other words, Sachi realized some time ago and kept quiet. Until now.